Have you ever felt your heart racing for no apparent reason? Or woken up exhausted even after a full night's sleep? What if I told you that these aren't just random symptoms, but silent signals that anxiety has literally become trapped inside your nervous system? Today, we're diving deep into 5 unspoken signs that most people completely miss. And here's the thing. You might be experiencing these right now without even realizing what they really mean. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like something's off in your body, but you just can't put your finger on what it is? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, everything is going to make sense. Before we jump in, I want you to do something for me. Take a quick scan of your body right now. How does your chest feel? Your shoulders? Your jaw? Notice anything tight or tense. That's your nervous system talking to you. And most of us have learned to ignore these whispers until they become screams. The truth is, anxiety doesn't just live in our minds. It gets stored in our bodies, creating a loop that keeps us stuck. But once you understand these signs, you can finally start to break free. Let's get into it. Sign 1. Vertigo. Let's start with something that catches people completely off guard. Vertigo. Now, I want you to think about this for a second. Have you ever stood up and suddenly felt like the room was spinning? Or maybe you're walking and you feel unsteady, even though there's nothing wrong with your balance? Here's what's really happening. When your nervous system is stuck in a state of chronic anxiety, it affects your vestibular system. That's the part of your inner ear that controls balance. Your body is literally on such high alert that it can't properly process spatial information. But here's the kicker. Most people go to the doctor, get checked out, and everything comes back normal. Why? Because it's not a physical problem with your inner ear. It's your nervous system being locked in fight or flight mode. Think of it like your internal alarm system is so sensitive that even standing up becomes a perceived threat. Your body is constantly bracing for danger that isn't actually there. Does this sound familiar to you? Sign 2. Nausea. This brings us to sign number 2, chronic nausea. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt sick to your stomach before a big presentation or important event? Of course you have. We all have. That's your gut responding to stress. But what happens when that feeling never really goes away? Your gut is often called your second brain because it has its own nervous system, the enteric nervous system. When anxiety becomes chronic, your gut stays in that stressed state. You might feel nauseous, lose your appetite, or even experience digestive issues. And here's what makes this so tricky. You might start avoiding foods, thinking you have allergies or intolerances, when really, it's your nervous system sending constant stress signals to your digestive system. Have you been blaming your diet when it might actually be trapped anxiety? Just something to think about. Sign 3. Heart palpitations. Now let's talk about something that can be absolutely terrifying. Heart palpitations or flutters. This is a big one, so stay with me here. Have you ever felt your heart suddenly start racing when you're just sitting on the couch? Or maybe it feels like your heart skips a beat, or you get that weird flutter sensation in your chest. The first thing most people do is panic, and I get it. Heart symptoms are scary. But here's what's actually happening. When anxiety is stuck in your nervous system, your sympathetic nervous system, that's your fight or flight response, stays activated. Your heart is literally being told, there's danger, pump faster, be ready to run. The problem? There's no actual danger. Your body is responding to a threat that only exists internally. Now, I always say this, if you're experiencing heart symptoms, yes, get them checked out by a doctor. But if everything comes back clear and you're still experiencing palpitations, it's time to look at your nervous system. Can you relate to this feeling of your body being on high alert when logically you know you're safe? Sign 4. Chronic fatigue. Here's one that confuses people the most. Chronic fatigue. You might be thinking, wait, isn't anxiety supposed to make you energized and wired? And you'd be right, at first. But let me ask you this. Have you ever felt exhausted even though you haven't actually done anything physically demanding? Like, you wake up tired, you're tired all day, and no amount of coffee or rest seems to help. Here's the reality. When your nervous system is stuck in chronic anxiety, it's like running your car engine in high gear 24/7. Eventually, you run out of gas. Your body is burning through energy at an incredible rate, even when you're sitting still, because internally, every system is working overtime. Your adrenal glands are pumping out stress hormones, your muscles are tensed, your brain is hypervigilant. This isn't the kind of tired that sleep fixes. This is deep, systemic exhaustion from a nervous system that won't turn off. Sound familiar? Sign 5. Brain fog. This leads us perfectly into sign number 5, brain fog. Now, be honest with me. How often do you walk into a room and forget why you went there? Or struggle to find the right words in conversation? Or feel like you're thinking through molasses? When anxiety is trapped in your nervous system, your brain literally can't function at full capacity. Why? Because so much of your mental energy is being diverted to managing the perceived threat. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus, memory, and decision-making, gets suppressed when your amygdala, your fear center, is running the show. It's like trying to work on your computer while 50 programs are running in the background. Everything slows down. And the worst part? This often makes people more anxious because they think something's seriously wrong with their brain. Do you feel like you're not as sharp as you used to be? And here's a bonus sign that ties everything together: random panic. You know those moments when panic just hits you out of nowhere? You're doing something completely normal, and suddenly your body goes into full alarm mode? That's trapped anxiety releasing. Your nervous system has been holding onto so much tension that even small triggers can cause a massive response. So here's what I want you to understand. If you're experiencing any of these signs, you're not broken. You're not imagining it. Your body is simply stuck in a pattern that it learned to protect you. The good news? Your nervous system can be retrained. You can release this trapped anxiety and find your way back to balance. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments which sign you experience most. And remember, awareness is always the first step to healing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.